for the Trinity Philosophical Society thing. I did an interview.
Oh,
with
you did, yes. Oh, that was a great weekend.
So we
I
went
had
deep
such a
into
good
your
time.
soul.
Yeah. Well, I love
it
Dublin.
seemed like a fun weekend.
You know, fantastic to be back in Dublin. It was beautiful weather too, I remember.
Yeah,
It was
we're getting it
gorgeous,
again.
it was hot. Yeah.
It's kind of surreal when you're in a place like Ireland with good weather.
Yeah. What's wrong? Oh my God, the world's coming to an end. It's sunny. Yeah.
I was thinking with someone like Lillian Hudson. Here she is. She's Arthur's nanny for 30 years. He calls her Mary Poppins with menopause, and you could say there's a certain John Gielgud in drag because of the original. I don't know for you whether it was quite quick and easy to get a take on her, or whether you had to give it a lot of thought. How do I play this?
I had to give it thought, definitely. I mean, first of all, I had to get over the John Gielgud thing, because actually, in a way, he was like the one thing that I really enjoyed in the original film. I thought he was brilliant. He was brilliant. He won an Oscar. That relationship really worked, and you know, and it was in just very John Gielgud too. It wasn't like he was playing a character, but he just brought all of his John Gielgudness to the role. And I thought, well, I'm not John Gielgud, and I can't be that. So what shall I do? And then I thought, I'll study him. I'll study his performance, and I'll do it exactly like he did it. And then maybe I'll win an Oscar as well. And then I thought, no, I don't think I'll do that. I'm too lazy. And anyway, it's not a good idea. The better idea is just to do it like you. Be yourself doing what you do, sort of acting. And so that was the route I took. And then, having took that route, you know, I met with a nanny. There is a very famous nanny school here in England that all the top nannies with all the, you know, billionaire families, the royal families all over the world go to this school for their nannies. Probably Angelina Jolie's nannies come from this nannying school. So there are women who do this. They dedicate their life to a family that is not their family, that they are ultimately just an employee in, but they give it their all. And it's an interesting psychology.
I was looking over your career, and I know in those early days that you felt, you know, especially with something like Excalibur, when you're out in the Wicklow Hills with Gabriel Byrne and Liam Neeson, and none of you felt that you knew much about filmmaking. And
no, it's not that we didn't think we do. We didn't know anything. Poor John Boorman had all these absolute idiots he was working with who had no idea about anything about filmmaking.
But now you seem so kind of calm and centred about your job, and you seem to enjoy it probably even more so. But is it still a kind of side of you gets nervous at all? Because in the last year or two you've played such a wonderful range. I'm going to say now that obviously a nanny here, Assassin in Reds, you've got, you know, Sofia Trotsky, you've got...
Yes, Tolstoy. Yes.
A 1960s Cinderella heroine in Brighton Rock, and a former prostitute turned madam in Love Ranch, and former Mossad agent in The Death. It just seems like a very kind of...
It's pretty eclectic, because it sounds good, doesn't it?
It seems kind of like you're relaxed into it, that there's no...
a minestrone of characters.
But do you get nervous at all? Because people assume...
I do. I get nervous about... I was very nervous about Arthur. Very nervous. More nervous than I've been about most things. I was a bit nervous of working with Bruce Willis and Morgan Freeman in Red. Again, the sort of... I in my comfort zone is more the small budget kind of European style films, and I feel I know where I am with those things. But these sort of big budget movies with big movie stars, I'm always very a little insecure about. I'm a little bit starstruck, you know. So when I meet Bruce, for example, I'm a bit like, oh my God, it's Bruce Willis! I can't believe it's Bruce Willis. You know, I get a bit, you know, it's hard to look at them like real people. I have to get over that. And then with Russell, you know, it was just, I knew that there's this unbelievable energy and just thing going on with Russell, this whirlwind of thought and words and not chaos, because he's not chaotic actually. The reality he's very, very disciplined and very organised and very, you know, got great work ethic. That's the absolute reality of Russell. But I was nervous about that too, yeah.
The very last thing, you were 23, you went to Golders Grove, there was a palm reader, she told you you'll have your greatest success after 45. Are you kind of stunned yourself that you've had such a wonderful career now in the last 10, 15 years, and especially, I suppose, in a way...
20 years, actually.
Yeah,
I mean, in fact, you know, I've had great career all my life, really, with in different parts of the media, television, film, and theatre. But in terms of being, I guess, sort of more internationally known, yes, more in the last 10 or 15 years. I mean, it started with Prime Suspect, really, and then sort of went on from there.
Makes you giddy?
No, it doesn't make me giddy. It makes me very grateful, I have to say, incredibly grateful. And sometimes a bit tired, but mostly very grateful, really.
Sweet. I'll be giving the friendly finger. Very
All
nice to talk to
right.
you again. Yeah.
Lovely, thanks. Great to see you.
I was going to ask you a little bit more about Ireland, but I know our time is...